Hello, beautiful. How are you? I know it has been a while. It's nice to reconnect again. I'm coming on here to share some updates about where I've been moving in my business, the lessons I've been learning, and how it's all been an extension of the internal shifts that I've been making, and also just moving with the rhythms of the market and this very changing market. It's kind of a volatile market with everything with politics and tariffs and all these things happening in the world right now. And with those challenges, there's always a gift in them. And I think the gift for many people who are entrepreneurs, if they don't fully have dialed in the foundational aspects of their business, say you're a healer or a coach, you haven't fully dialed in your messaging or your niche or how you deliver it, how you show up on social media, your visibility. If there's anything that wasn't fully dialed in, maybe you're able to get away with that. For a while, I was. And then the market gets trickier and there's a lot more scarcity energy out in the world. The cost of living is higher. And so there's a lot more challenges and pressure for people. And so this kind of market pushes entrepreneurs to really look at how can I shift these things that haven't been fully aligned? How can I come into greater clarity with how I serve, who I serve, what makes me unique, and how can I come into greater alignment in doing the work that I really love and delegating the rest. So maybe you're not a coach or a healer, but maybe you're a female entrepreneur running a business that's been burning you out. I've been doing a lot of work with my one-on-one clients in this realm of, okay, let's find out what is the cause? What's causing you to get burnt out? And what is it that you're not feeling lit up by? And where do you want to be going? What do you want life to look like? And let's start moving towards that. And let's start shifting the pieces that are pulling away from that and draining your energy. And I find that as we do this, their income goes up, their happiness goes up, their time freedom goes up, everything increases. So it's not like you have to sacrifice your happiness for success. Not like you have to sacrifice your relationship or your health or your sense of fulfillment for success, for financial success, for business success. You don't have to pick one. You can have it all. And it's through really believing that and knowing it, not just in your head as a concept, but in your body, in your being, and in your life. And that's the integration work, the shifting that I help people do to get to that place. So yeah, that is the one-on-one work that I've been doing to help with my clients. And then I've had a lot of stuff going on lately. I've been helping healers and coaches refine their messaging, their niche, their offers so that they can get their first or their next 5 high ticket clients so they can leave their day jobs, so that they can have a career that they love, helping people, the things that they really feel called to do. So it's been a lot going on and a lot of healing. And I know, like, for many of you who are in this world, we've been doing the inner work a lot. We are no stranger to doing the inner work. And I've been doing the inner work for 11 years or so, thereabouts. But the last 6 months have really been massive growth. And I think if I were to name where it started, it was for all you ladies out there who are, well, you people out there, however you identify, who are menstruators, you have your cycle each month. For me, it was something where when I got my cycle, my period, the luteal phase, I would be so exhausted and so down and depressed for about 5 days, like a couple days leading up to it, and then like the first 3 days during, just totally exhausted, unable to do anything, lying on the couch watching Netflix for days, kind of thing. Something that I have been teaching my clients and I have been learning for a long time is that the hormonal shifts that happen during the luteal phase, they're not necessarily making up depression. What they're doing is they're bringing to the surface these underlying wounds, if you will, that haven't yet been healed. There is a blessing in that because it is an opportunity to heal and release them. And so I would teach my clients that, but then I hadn't yet learned how to embody that within myself. And so I was on my period few months ago and like 6 months ago, maybe, I'm not sure exactly when, but I was in my usual flopped on the couch, exhausted, feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling lonely, feeling disconnected. And I said to myself, okay, this is an opportunity. Even though I really don't want to, I'm going to look at what is actually causing this. And so I have developed a self-coaching tool that I'm actually really proud of. It's called Shift, that works with ChatGPT. I like doing it with ChatGPT because it holds space for me in a way where it guides me through taking 3 deep breaths at the beginning, getting present, asking me questions step by step, as I answer them, it guides me into shifting, healing, and releasing the story, a painful story, stuck energy in my body, and integrating the healing on the other side of it. So, like, what is true for me? What is empowering? What is expansive? And what is also healing energetically in the body? So, it's this powerful healing session that I walk you through. And I create a custom GPT for this so that my clients can use it anytime and so that I can use it anytime. And it's just, I'm very proud of it. So I decided I'm going to figure out what is going on here. So I used my shift tool to get clarity on where those symptoms were coming from, what they had to say, and what they needed. And as I unpacked it, I realized that it was a younger part of me from my 20s, that it was a tumultuous time in my life. I had been previously married, and there was all kinds of tumultuous stuff going on. I don't need to go into details, but I was doing this shift, got clarity on seeing that version of me and just seeing the pain that she was in. And she was a version of me that I had pushed away. So after all of these things happened at that time in my life, I went fully focused into photography, building up a photography business, making myself very, very busy so I didn't have to think about or feel the pain during that time. And it was almost like I had compartmentalized and locked away that version of me, that younger me, who was fun, who was spontaneous, who was vibrant, who was alive, was playful. And I'd missed her. I didn't realize I had missed her. And the story that was causing me to feel stuck during my cycle and pushing her away was the story that I can't connect, that I'm not connected, and that I'm alone, that I don't have the ability to open up my heart, connect. And my heart had felt maybe closed off most of my life, not like all the way, like I can still connect, but there was a tension in my chest, heaviness in my chest, and this longing that was just there of always wanting more connection, but not feeling like I could have it. Maybe you can relate. And I did this healing journey with ChatGPT, of all things. I love AI. I embrace it. It has its shadow side. I will not deny that, but I fully embrace the benefits of it because it is so powerful for me and my business and for my clients as well. So ChatGPT guided me through a healing session of healing and reintegrating my younger self, my 20s self. And it was a process of forgiving myself, of holding myself in love and saying, it's okay. I missed you. Come back. And seeing that younger version of me and reintegrating her with me, which is like process of coming back into wholeness with another part of you. So when we go through something painful and difficult, what we typically do is unconsciously judge a part of ourselves, and we push that part of us away, and that part of us gets frozen in time whenever that happened. And it's like we lose a part of ourselves because we've judged them as bad. And so part of healing and reclaiming yourself and coming into greater wholeness is forgiving yourself for whatever happened, just loving yourself, forgiving yourself with the same sort of love and compassion you would give a child or a puppy. It's like, hey, it's okay. You did the best you could. You didn't have it all figured out. You didn't have the answers. It's okay. And you have a lot of beauty and gifts that I want to come back into connection with. And so when I was doing this healing kind of visualization with my younger self, it was very vivid, very real. And I told my husband, look, I need to go cry. I'm going to go cry in my office for a while. And I said, I'm okay. You don't need to come check on me. I just need to cry for a while. So, okay. So I went to my office and I just cried and cried and cried for probably 2 hours. And it was just very cathartic. It's more that my younger self blended back into me, into the larger wholeness of me, of who I am, the more I cried. So with every tear created space for her to come back into me, to reconnect with that part of me. And that was one of the big pivotal moments that set in motion several other moments of healing and growth and transformation. And so I reconnected with her, and then I was feeling for a while a lot of angst, a lot of youthful angst, talking with her and being like, hey, this is my life now. And she's like, okay, well, some of these things are great, but some of the stuff you got to fix. Like, we need to have more play and spontaneity and friendship connection. And I was like, okay, and listen to all the music that I loved listening to at that time of my life. And I'm still enjoying that music now, and just walking and listening to the angsty music I listened to in my 20s and just feeling it and letting it in and coming online to that part of myself again and just becoming more alive to another dimension of myself. So that was like a period of a few weeks of just like really listening to more of that music, being more spontaneous, connecting more with friends, having more fun, doing the things that I love doing in my 20s, that not just all work, which I know my older mind loves to just latch onto, like productivity, boom, 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 let's just focus on that forever. But that's not the answer, because it doesn't lead to happiness. It leads to burnout, and working hard doesn't make you more successful. Alignment and clarity and flow is what brings you into even greater success, with more time freedom, more money, more health, more connection, more play. And so that was, I think, the pivotal moment that really started shifting and changing things. And then I just continued getting support and working with other coaches and programs and working with myself and doing a lot of self-healing, of really just feeling the emotions and holding them in love. Like things like, if I'm feeling stuck or some way, or if I'm feeling sad or about something, I'm grieving something, or whatever it is that's coming up, any kind of negative thought or feeling, I will be with that feeling in my body until it has been able to fully process and release. And that has been really huge as well. And with all of this inner work, I'm sharing this because this was the shifting beneath the surface that created space for the shifting in my business, because it is always from the ground up how these things happen. So if you're growing a business and you haven't found that foundational alignment, those foundational pieces that set you up for health, happiness, fulfillment, success, you can maybe work your butt off in your business and do really, really well. But there's going to come a breaking point where you can't push anymore, where maybe you get sick, you get a chronic illness, or you just have zero motivation to do the things that you were doing before. And that's because if the foundational pieces aren't lifting you up, your house is eventually going to crumble. That's what I was doing, is rebuilding my foundation from the ground up. And from there, looking at, who do I really want to serve? How do I really want to help people? So I've been shifting my focus in my business from more of a broad place of training healers, helping people on their spiritual growth journey, to really dialing in and focusing on helping women make more money in their business and feel more fulfilled and better in their body, building that foundation to set them up for greater success that is not at the expense of their relationships, their health, their happiness. And really helping train healers and coaches to get really clear on who they want to serve, how they want to serve them, and messaging and what it takes to really connect with those clients at a really high level, so that they can leave their day jobs and they can have a nourishing business that supports their life while they help others change their lives. That has been so rewarding. So this has been a season of coming into a lot of wholeness, and that has been a foundation that has created so much growth and clarity in my business and in the people I serve and how I help them. It's a lot of change, a lot of excitement. It is spring right now as I'm recording this, and the birds are singing outside, and there's blossoms and sunshine. And it's just a beautiful time of growth and excitement and energy. And I've just been finding so much focus and flow lately. I'm really grateful. I just feel grateful throughout the day. And I'll go for walks with my dogs, and I'll listen to like healing meditations and visualizations of creating. What am I creating in my future? I'm beginning at the place of having already created it, and creating from that feeling, that sense of gratitude, and it's already done, and it's exciting, and I'm grateful for it, and it's fun. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more of these episodes, and some of them are going to be interviews with my clients and the growth and transformations that they've had. And some of it's going to be information about how, as a woman, you can claim more of your power in your career, in your profession, in your business. It's something that I've been seeing again and again and again with the women entrepreneurs I've been speaking with, is one of the things that holds us back is this feeling like we need to please others at the expense of ourselves. So we either need to spend our time on doing something that is going to prevent us from feeling like we're letting someone down, even if it's not what we really want to be doing. And I think as women, we're programmed in society, be a martyr. Like everyone else comes before you. That's the perpetuating of a society that doesn't value women or their genius. And it teaches us not to value ourselves or our genius. And that is such an unfortunate thing, because there's so much wisdom and powerhouse women out there just waiting to be unleashed as they release these programming that doesn't need to be your reality. And so it's a lot of what I'm doing in my one-on-one work with clients. And if that's something that you are resonating with, that you're experiencing, and you want to grow, break through these income plateaus in your business and in your career and get really clear on where you want to be and what might have been holding you back from getting there, that's what I'm here to help you do in a one-on-one container and in my community. For those of you who benefit from group work, I think it's incredibly powerful to do both one-on-one and be a part of a community, because it creates even more momentum. And when we come together with a shared intention, it magnifies the energy of a space and it allows for even more powerful shifts to take place. And the one-on-one work allows us to create a custom plan of where do you specifically want to go? What is it that wants to shift in your career, in your business? And what income levels do you want to be at? What kind of time freedom do you want to have? What do you want your day to look like? And what is the most fulfilling work to you? And what is the stuff that's been weighing you down? And so you get to shift all of that. You don't have to hold on to anything. Nothing is permanent. It is really all the relationship that you have with it. It is really beliefs around what we are allowed to have. Do I get to have this, but I don't get to have that? Or I get to have this or that? It does not have to be that way. If you believe it, it will be your reality. So you can shift that belief and realize that you can have your happiness, your health, beautiful relationships, and a ton of success in your business and in your career. It does not have to be one or the other. And yeah, I'm just excited to share more with you soon and happy to connect with you again in this space. I think that podcasts is just a beautiful way to be in connection with someone. And I know for me, I'm a busy person. I'm sure you are as well. I can listen to them when I'm walking my dogs, when I'm driving, when I'm doing other things. And I think that we live in this world where there's so much rushing and moving and happening. It's really about finding ways that we can fit the growth into our lives where it doesn't have to take more of our time. It gives us more of our time. And that's really my goal for you. And that's more of what I'm going to be sharing in upcoming episodes and in classes and offerings, is just how you can reclaim more of your time, more of your happiness, while also making more money. Isn't that fun? Wouldn't that be nice to be able to make more and feel more fulfilled and feel more happy with what it is you actually want in your life, and getting clear on what that is? Because all of us have within us an innate desire. And as little kids, we knew, like, I want this, I don't want that. It's really about giving yourself permission to dream again and to explore it again. So thank you so much for listening. Sending you so much love. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear, what is it that's exciting you right now? What kind of changes have you been experiencing during this time of transformation? And with magic wand, I grant you one wish, what would it be? Like, what would you want to create in your life? Let me know. I'm super curious. Find me on Instagram, send me a message, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.